Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 460 of Prog Review. Today I'm talking about Five Bridges by The Nice. Yes, this is my original copy from back in the day. I do believe it is pink. I think they all are. It's one of those, got it for £1 back in the day. One of those ones. I remember buying a load. There was a load of nice ones in, and I just bought them all. Yeah, that was it. What can we talk about? What can we say about this one? This was born out of that period where every prog band was playing with an orchestra. You had the Floyd doing it with Out Mother. No, first side of that album. Deep Purple. They had an album with orchestra, didn't they? And so did The Nice. The Nice did it. This was actually commissioned. He says, looking at the Wikipedia page. What a cheat. What a downright cheat. Commissioned for the Newcastle Arts Festival in October 1969. 17th of October it was recorded at the... Yeah, and it was premiered in Newcastle, but this was recorded at the Fairfield Halls in Croydon. And it's The Nice at their most classical. Because you've got to remember... Keith Emerson email. I ain't done one of those for ages. He fused classical with a more, I don't know, pop, rock, prog sensibility. You know, that's what they did, and he took that on to ELP. And of course, the reason I'm doing this is because of the demise of Keith Emerson. This is kind of meant to be my tribute. I looked at the collection. Oh, we've done ELP. Let's do The Nice. I should have started with this. I've got a cold today, so everything's in my mind is all swimmy. I'm a bit back to front, so please bear with me. It's more crap than usual, isn't it? Yeah, it's more crap than usual. And so yes, this is where the classical strand of ELP comes from. It comes very, very much back with The Nice. And I've always said that, you know, Emerson did all his best work with The Nice, I felt, because that was where it was really progressing. And then with what he did with ELP, he just kind of redid what he did with The Nice, yeah. And so you got this the Five Bridges suite, and that spans the entire first half of the album, and yeah, I mean, it's not to everyone's taste, but it certainly shows where Emerson was going, you know, trying to, you know, adapt classical themes and bring that to a rock audience. So yeah, the first side is 18 minutes long, as you can imagine. Very, I mean, you know, very classically infused. I mean, I know a lot of people quite like it. It's all right. It's pleasant. It's nice to listen to if you had a hard day. It's good to. I find it good to unwind to. It's one of those records. On the flip side, you have the intermezzo from the Corellia Suite, which again was a standard of theirs. That's from Sibelius. Oh yeah, the Five Bridge Suite, by the way, is an original work. They're not riffing off of someone else, because again, what the Nice did is they often riffed on other classical composers' work, whereas that is a original piece. So you have the intermezzo from the Corellia Suite by Sibelius, Pathetique Symphony 6 Third Movement 5 by Tchaikovsky, and then the Brandenburg Concerto No. 6 by Sebastian Bach, Johann. I think they also did that as was it Brandenburger, didn't they? And the final track on the album is an original piece called One of Those People, which was done in the studio. The other tracks were recorded live. So yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting to, you know, the orchestra playing straight with the band, you know, doing their thing on the top of it. And in a way, you know, for its time, you know, it's 1969, they really were trying to be progressive. Again, they're trying to meld two kinds of music together to form, you know, what they call progressive music. Not prog, not that prog. We're not going to get confused with that. But again, if you go and listen to this, it will give you. You will think of. I always think you'll think of ELP in slightly different terms because you go, I see. Emerson had been doing it all before for many years with the Nice, and just kind of continued, you know. But yeah, it's an interesting one to pick up. I think you can get this one on CD, I believe. Go back in the day, you could pick up the vinyl for pennies. Excuse me. Oh, this is not very good prog review at all. I should never have started this. But yeah, I think again, it's all part of your education. You should check this stuff out and think with all the Nice stuff you should check it out. I did cover the box set. Here Come the Nice 3 CD box set. I've covered that before. So here, touch the hand, and I'll link back to that so you can go and watch that because that has most of their stuff on it. Unfortunately, that's out of print now. And it was a really good. It was a really good box set for the time. So yeah, I mean, again, if you want to go back to the roots of prog, you have to go beyond, the 70s and back to. I mean, even though this actually released in June 1970, and I think it was about 4 or 5 months later that ELP actually released their first album. So there's this dovetailing of the two groups. They overlap, and they also. Charisma released two more albums from the band. One of them was Greatest Hits, and the other one was like studio odds and sods, which again, I think they did that to capitalise on the success of ELP. But yeah, the Nice, I think, are one of the underrated prog acts of the time, and I think they deserve a lot more respect because I think they were better than ELP. Shocking. And yes, it was sad to hear of Keith Emerson deciding to give up like that. I made a video before. It wasn't like, so I'm not going to say any more to it. He was a great talent, a showman, and he made the keyboard look interesting. And that's probably the thing that he brought to the table: a great technical skill and showmanship, and you don't get many keyboard players that could do that. And again, he's one of the few keyboardists that I've got any time for. So yeah, that's it. In terms of a rating, again, it's part of your education. I don't really want to rate it because it's like one of those bedrock ones that you should check out. I'm going to give it. He says, trying to think of something witty and pertinent to say. I'm going to give it a solid 4 country pies out of 5. That's 4 country pies out of 5. And you'll appreciate where all that the classical fusion rock prog stuff came from if you check it out. Okay, that's it then. My name is Darren Ock. I've been talking about 5 Bridges from the Nice, released originally back in June 1970. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing to say, and that's prog on.